Astrology is so much more than what we think it is. Through the tools of astrology, you can place yourself in the position of leading a life of purpose and passion. I'd like to show you how. Schedule one of the Empower Hour consultations through the link above. So, this is going to be one of those rocket science moments. Okay, I'll warn you ahead of time. The more you struggle with the situation, the more you struggle with the situation. It's really simple, but yet we place ourselves in these scenarios over and over again, most likely because we think that, perhaps a little more, well, for lack of a better way to put it, elbow grease. And don't ask me, I don't know where that phrase comes from. A little more elbow grease will get the job done. Right? So we try to, put in more energy, put in more effort. Also, sometimes a situation can just feel larger than life. It can feel really intense. We can feel that responsibility weighing on our shoulders. And sometimes we're afraid of losing face, not honoring a commitment. So many different things that get in the way and place us in a position where what's going on up here is not necessarily in direct correlation to what's going on out there. Now, before we kind of ignore the fact that there is a responsibility that you have to a situation, there is a responsibility that you have to a situation. But you see, your responsibility can only ever be to your actions and to your intent. Sometimes the fact that we're able to, accomplish great things comes back and like the door just slams us on the backside and catches back up with us again. And why does it do that? It doesn't do that because we're not capable of doing great things. We always are. But it does that because, well, perhaps our ego gets a little bit involved in what we know that we can do, right? Which is quite a lot when we set our mind to it. Think of all those wonder stories of people who, lift up cars when they have to. Humans are capable of some pretty amazing things. They're also capable of some other things too, but hey, we're not going to go there. We're just going to talk about the amazing things that humans are really capable of. And so since we're able to accomplish great things, we think that we can always make something happen whenever we need to, right? And just like I made all the stuff in the background kind of come to the surface when I need to by sticking my elbow over here. Pay no attention to what's behind the curtain. Of course, it's a virtual background. But, we think that we can do anything that we want, anytime we want. And it's great to have that intent. It's great to care that much. It's great to go, hey, I can do this. And you need to have that level of confidence. But again, you can only ever be responsible to your actions and to your intent. So ask yourself at this particular moment in time, where are your actions? What is your intent? What are they aligned with? We both know the answer to that. Your heart's in the right place. You're trying to do a good job. You are doing a good job. It's just the external situation is not budging in direct relation to the amount of energy and effort that you're putting out. So you can go a couple of different routes with this. You can take yourself and get worked up into a frenzy trying to create a solution to a situation that's not likely going to have an immediate solution coming to it. Or you can take your time. You can pace yourself. You can recognize that sometimes it's steady progress that takes you to the goal rather than fast and furious progress. And in your mind, you are likely thinking with this situation that you're dealing with. And perhaps even right now, you're thinking that time is no longer a luxury. But that is something that you do not know is an absolute. You don't know necessarily that you don't have enough time. You feel that you don't have enough time. The information that's being reflected back to you is saying you don't have enough time. But time and space have a funny way of working together sometimes to conspire in your favor and make you recognize this has a little more flexibility to it than you think that it does. Regardless of what somebody's telling you, regardless of what you're thinking, you're in a position where you're just going to have to pace yourself, breathe through it, because getting worked up into a frenzy is not going to bring the answers you want. It's not going to take you closer to your solution. As a matter of fact, it's going to make your mind blocked so that when that nice little tidbit of information could just kind of go into your head, boop, it doesn't do that. Instead, you've got this blockade up that's not letting it in because you're so deeply engrossed in what you have to accomplish rather than doing what's right, that you're blocking the actual answer that you need. So cut the crap. Don't do it anymore. Take your time, pace yourself, because you do have the time. And if you could use a little bit of help with the situation that you're dealing with, I am happy to help if you wish to schedule in one of my Empower Hour consultations. Those can be found at the link that you'll see above. That's going to do it for this look at the new moon in Purva Phalguni Nakshatra, which takes place on the 26th overnight into the 27th of August, 2022. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now. I keep getting ahead of myself. I keep getting ahead of myself. I keep getting ahead of myself. Okay, I'll cut it out. Take care now. Bye.